How's it going today, guys? I switched things up a little bit. I'm gonna try some new camera angles. These are probably gonna be a little weird, so I will give it a shot. We'll see how it ends up. So I got my bushings in for the control column. We already pressed it and torqued it down, so it is where it needs to be now and freely rotating. On that idler, I bent the tabs just not even a 32nd of an inch. It was so slight. I went at it with a little bit of sandpaper on the insides, and I reamed the hole on this just ever so slightly, just so that the bolt was still tight. And now it's moving the hold it from this end. So there's almost no pressure to get that to move now, which is right where I want it. So this I will be putting in right now for good. The process for this is to put this in around the pilot side, and then a bolt goes through, and then you use that to line up all of the other holes. You match drill them one at a time, adding a bolt.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding
With
you.
this bolt, you go through these holes. I might have to, nope, go through just fine.
Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home, why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. It got me stone cold. You got me stone cold.
Good afternoon, guys. Out here again. It's another day. Yesterday I went at the control column bearing. It sits on the pilot side of the control column, and I was sanding off the wrong part. I was sanding off the sides instead of the top. So now when it's torqued down, the sides are super open, but it's still, the elevator movement is still too tight. So I ordered another one of these from Kitfox. On this guy, I removed these clecos and finished with these rivets. I also did this is the flap lever. So it's this piece here at the top. It goes down, there's a spring that sits against, there's like a little welded tab inside. So there's a spring in here. This, it almost looks like plastic or carbon fiber. I'm not 100% sure what this is. That slides down inside this tube, and then this metal, they call it a detent pin, goes through this piece, and then a small little rolled pin goes through a hole right there. Probably can't even see it. Maybe there. Yeah, you can see it there. You can see there's a hole there. There's another hole in this carbon fiber plastic piece, whatever it is. And then there's another hole in the detent pin. So you go all the way through, and then that holds the detent pin from going left or right.
Got me stone cold. No Wizard of Oz can undo what I've done. taking chances like dominoes. My life got really scattered. Still, I find myself hoping that you'll find your way back to me. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. It got me stone cold. You got me stone.
You want to have that really tight. That is not tight enough.
Well, I was gonna do what you did and choke up on it with these. Because you grabbed it like clear down here, and then gave it a.
That's not going to work. You need to use, hold on, look at the tip of the pliers.
Yeah.
So the tip of the pliers is small. You want
Yeah, I did the same thing.
You want to be grabbing the end with the tip. So that way, if you grab with a whole piece, the more lock wire is getting turned. Like it's getting,
Like
there you go.
there.
Yep.
Is it too tight? Like that?
Yeah, that's a lot better. And so now if you push it underneath your nut,
Mm-hmm.
so you can get a visual of, you probably want one more twist.
So do I use this thing to do it?
You can do it by hand. It'll be easier to do by hand. Just look at the direction you twisted it and go the same way, so you don't undo it. And then pinch it so it's tight, and measure it again. Does that look like it's
Yeah.
out into the hole? So then work this back and grab, hold on, you want,
This one?
I can't tell.
The one that'll turn it, right? The back one? The one closest to that side? That's this one.
Move your hands. Yeah, you want this one. Either works, but that one should work better. Take a look at it, make sure it's good from the profile.
I'm gonna have you.
That looks pretty good.
Will you walk around and grab that wrench? I want to turn the bolt slightly. Because it's not. It's this way as opposed to. It's
It's not straight.
yeah.
It shouldn't matter too much.
Yeah, but
Keep in mind that loosening it could,
I'm not going to loosen it. I'm just going to turn the bolt.
no, you're loosening the lock wire by turning the bolt. Or you're tightening
That's
it,
the wrong one.
depending. Is it 7/16?
Yeah.
So what you did was you moved the hole closer
Yeah.
to where the twists were, so now your lock wire is looser. Does that make sense?
Right, but I think the lock wire was a little long to begin with.
Long makes it loose.
Oh. Well, you want to come back around and look at it?
I'll look at it when you get it.
Okay. So I just grab it and twist right there?
No. Put the lock wire together, like 2 strands of spaghetti. Kind of pull up on it. There you go. And grab the tip with the pliers.
Oh, right.
So grab kind of the ends there. Yeah. Make sure you get both of them.
Like that?
You'll want a little more actually in the pliers. So that way it's got something to grip onto.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to be applying tension while you twist. So you're going to be pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
You can put more in there. Don't worry about it. There you go. Now lock it. Oh, squeeze it.
squeeze.
Yep. Not far enough. See that little thing on the side? It's kind of under your thumb.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
There we go.
There. So now, take a look at how you started one twist already, right?
Not. I
Okay,
mean,
so
half.
what you want it to do is with the way you have it, you want it twisting this way. So grab that and just gently pull up and see which way it starts twisting. All right, so it's twisting the way you want it to go.
Okay.
So you don't need to reverse it.
So just twist.
Pull up, like so, hold tension on it and twist.
Just keep going.
Yep. Maybe 2 more times, or 1 more time from there. Now, how's it look on the bolt? You
Right.
happy with how that looks?
One more.
You don't want too many twists.
I mean, it's tight.
The more twists you make, the weaker the wire gets.
Okay.
So grab the stuff on the bar, the loop,
Yeah.
and give that a wiggle. Does it feel relatively good?
I
Little
don't.
loose. Move the controls. Alright, so if the lock wire, let me see that.
It's doing what we want it to do, so I think it's fine.
Alright, so I would undo it, so squeeze it and it'll pop out. Yep. Now put it towards the base. And no, not that way. It has like a chamfer, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Make it in line at the base, with the end. So this piece,
Yeah.
so this is your pigtail that you're moving.
Uh huh.
This is the base of the pigtail, like this.
Okay.
So this is kind of parallel with it. And then just in the same direction.
Like
give-
that.
Yeah. And now twist it the same way you're supposed to go, but by hand without using the twister. Just do that maybe once. And now let go of it. And see, does that look? That looks a little better. Still a little loose. So grab it in the same spot. This time pull up while you're doing that. To apply some tension and give it one more loop. How's that look? That looks better. Yep, that looks better. So I would grab it from the end again and give it one more pull.
And then just straight up.
Yep. Make sure you're twisting kind of the same, like in line with the hole.
Oh, right. So I'm only gonna go half. Yeah, that should be one full rotation. A little more.
One more half. Right there. Alright, now let go. And then come up about an inch.
Right there.
Yep, and cut the pigtail. And now fold it back down over itself into the cancellation. You'll want to use the very tip of the plier to do this. And you're going to want the other way. Or, no, that's fine. And then you can get on it from the top and kind of squeeze it with the pliers into the shape. You want a kind of a 180-degree bend right back on top of itself into that cancellation. Twist the pliers, turn them 90 degrees so that
Here.
Yeah. So you're kind of squeezing it back together. And it's inside that cancellation.
No, not anymore. I don't know if I can do it now.
Alright, well don't stress about it too much.
Now, if I come in from here. Alright, well, that's where it's going to sit.
Alright, so give it a play, make sure that the bolt's doing what it's supposed to. Everything works. Yep, the bolt's still doing what it's supposed to.
Hey guys, wrapping up tonight. Not sure what I did and didn't get. This camera shut off. We were kind of in and out. I was recording here and there. So whatever I got, I'll try to include. Was a little more worried about getting this done and done correctly, so I didn't have to order another one of these bearings. So I ended up getting the bearing today, and Caleb came out and helped me. Before I got the bearing, I added the aft bell crank for the elevator. Let me, so that connects, see, right there. And it runs with this connect tube all the way up to this aft bell crank in there. And I don't have it connected quite yet, but as you can see, it works quite well. This is the flap handle, so that is in. I grip lock tied it out of the way for now. There's still quite a bit of tightness on the elevator, but I've only sanded the bearing just a little bit. I'll keep sanding the top portion until this gets completely loose, and then I'll hook up the bearing or the elevator connect tube, and that will be in and done. Right before I got the bearing, I also started on the floorboards. As you can tell, this one's already in and ready to be clamped down. Haven't started on any of the other ones yet because that's right around where I got the bearing. Well, that's all we got done so far. Like I said in the last video, pretty much at this point we're just putting things in, getting them all fit and secured. Most of this stuff is in and in for good. The connect tubes are all loose because they have to be rigged yet. Thanks for coming along. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you on the next go round.